All right, welcome back to Twisted Metal Customs. Thanks for joining us. You're with Twisty today, and we are working on the XW Rust to Resto series again, episode 6. If you haven't checked the other 5 out, go check them out because there's a lot of information on there about rust repair and tips and tricks to give you the skills to repair your own rust, save billions of dollars. So anyway, back onto this one. We're doing the back rear section here. Then we'll start talking about putting this one in and doing a full stitch weld from the top all the way across without getting warpage or getting minimal warpage on your restoration dream car. So anyway, that's where we're up to, and I'm excited because this thing is taking shape. And hopefully you guys and girls are working on your cars at home and get some progress done too. Let's get into it. I'm not going to bore you anymore with me blabbering on. See this? That's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so we're back. It's been a few hours now and I've been busting my ringer out trying to get this inner piece done, and I know it doesn't have the nice perfect curvature as you would a replacement piece, but for handmade that's all one piece. But I've chopped up my replacement piece already. It should go pretty well, be fit in there, so that will push up like that. There you go. Oh, close enough. Yeah, see? A couple of hours later, and this is where we're at. We've got this mocked up. It does fit better with 2 hands, but you know what I'm trying to show you is you get the idea. I kind of shot myself in the foot when I trimmed off that top randomly. I just wanted to below that bottom line so that strength's still in that panel, and they've only got a smaller bit of panel to do the stitch weld along to hopefully reduce chances of warpage. But I should have marked it up, as in measured it, because when I chopped it, I had no reference line. I can't really measure off anything here to the bottom from the other side. I made this bigger so I could just chop that off later, so don't worry about that. But all I had to really do was, I guess, measure down 30 mil from that line and then cut it. That would have been smarter, not just cut it randomly. You can see there that it's probably 1/2 mil sticking out that corner, and same deal here. That needs to go in and that needs to go in, which to me needs to go up, so I'll take up that gap. So that's what I'm doing, is just taking a little bit of time, like a 1/3 of a mil off with the 1-inch cutting wheel, which is probably not a good idea, but it's nice and accurate. And slowly bring that up until it actually meshes in perfectly. And then when I get that in, I've already painted underneath there, but I can actually get in through there anyway and seam seal everything and give it a good protection once I'm done, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just getting this sitting right. But look at that so far. It looks I tacked that in and I used the air between each one, took my time. I actually used a bog spreader as a straight edge. You know, it's here, it's got that little bit of a gap. It's always going to have that, you know, bit pulling in. So what I could do now is, once it's semi-tacked off, every now and again, go through and slightly tap out those spot welds, just the tiniest little bit. So it doesn't create that huge channel, because once you still weld all that in, it's going to pull in. So if you can try to keep it, you know, where it needs to be. Anyway, keep it cool. Warpage wise, I don't think we've got any yet, or like very, very, very minimal. So you can normally see underneath the spot weld it pulls in the panel, so you sort of wave your head around in the light. Yeah, it's just got the, I think we're okay so far. So I'm going to keep going ahead. I've tacked the bottom 2 bits in here so I can take some of these clamps off. I'm trying to manipulate this top section to, I'm going to pull it out at the top once I tack that curve in. As I said, the most important parts are the corners, same as that. So get your corners right first, and then you can sort of push around and move the rest. I'm going to probably spend the next hour just tacking that in, nice and slow. Yeah. What, is there something on my face? Beard's got to be useful somehow. But anyway, I'm going to keep getting into that, and on the hyperlapse there, every single weld, I cooled it straight away. You can do 2 or 3 at a time, but I didn't want to risk it. And I'm pretty happy I did, because it's not even cleaned up yet. It's a lot of a thing, but you can see, hopefully you can, well, you can't see any warpage. How do I, so you try and look, normally you see warpage all the way along the bottom and the top. It pulls in the steel, which makes a valley. And as I said, as I spot welded originally, I just tapped it out and just kept maintaining that. I kept sighting along as I was welding. Once I got everything welded with about a finger width apart from each tack, generally, yeah, it's pretty good from there. I don't have to do much, but still cool between each weld. At the very end, I was probably doing 2 just to fill the gaps, then cool. But that's the secret. It's not a secret. It's just, that's the technique, is keep it cool. You can use a bucket of water and a rag to quench it. But for me, it's, you know, generally I try not to use water on car stuff, because if you got bog or, you know, seams where you can't get into, I don't really want to be introducing water. Where if you got a decent air compressor, even like a shitty air compressor works, just keep it cool. Probably 3-5 seconds worth of, you know, blowing air on it. That aside, that's all stitched up. I haven't done anything on the bottom yet. I just wanted to get that surface perfectly mated, and then I can go through and clamp all that up and do a spot weld so it doesn't pull it out. I've still got to fix up this section here, cut that and push it all in, but I'm going to grind that back because I'm pretty interested to see how it's going to look. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I hope you guys, hoping you guys find this interesting, because let me know if you've had enough of rust repair, because I've got the jail bar. Some other few little projects, the Skyline, I can do some episodes on. So if you want a break of rust repair, comment below, because feedback is always welcome. I could still tinker on and try to get some patches done and, you know, fast track this for you guys, because it does take a lot longer to record and do it. So let me know below, and I'll get into this. While you're doing that, type it now. Smash that like too while you're there. Disclaimer, I've never said that I'm perfect or I'm a professional or I'm awesome or I'm, you know, spouted about how good I am. I'm just saying to you, I get in and have a go. Self-taught, you guys can do the same thing. So don't expect that sort of quality work. So I know I have a bit more grinding to do. It's still a bit proud. You can still see that, you know, there's a join underneath. So I've got a little bit of material to take away from the bottom side of the weld, but I don't want to take too much more off because I don't want to go into that panel. I've just sanded it with the Orbi, that's why it's all. I just wanted to quickly show you because I actually ran out of those little sanding discs that I get from Amazon for this. So I haven't got the sanding disc, and these is what I use the best. I believe it makes the best finish. So I'm not going to do any more on that until I get some more of those discs on Amazon. If you haven't got them, check out my Amazon link because they're freaking awesome. And I've got other stuff there for your general DIY restoration needs. Do me a solid and check it out if you're going to buy some gear. Appreciate that. Support the channel. But yeah, so I'm going to leave that for now. And then when I get those discs, I'll finish that off, and then probably in the next episode I'll show you what it looks like if I don't just paint it. But warpage wise, it's pretty much non-existent. So that's the main thing that I wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can't see it because there is none. So that's good. So that's a pretty big section. That gave me a bit of strength. But if you're doing a panel here or a roof, man, just take your time. Just take your time, hey, keep it cold. Anyway, that's that done. I've still got to go around here, grind that down. I've still got to weld all these spot welds in. I've still got to figure out this bit here. I need to chop that and hammer that back in so it fits that lip. And then I'll spot weld down there, and then spot weld up here, and then clean it all up. And then I'm going to epoxy prime it. And then same as that, I'll leave it in epoxy. I'm not going to do any body work until the very end. But we did it. Another section of car welded in, got rid of the rust, and that's from there all the way around to the front done, except for little bits and pieces, like huge ass dent here I've got to figure out. Anyway, I have no idea how long this video has gone for, so I'll see. This could be the end.